why are you out running 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning and not later in the day? Or why do fighters do that?
Because I don't want to do it. You know, you just, if it disciplines you to do things that you don't want to do.
Are you a good guy trying to be bad, or are you a bad guy trying to be good?
I think I am a bad guy that's trying to be good. Just because religiously we're all sinners. We're all sinners. We're born into sin. It's our nature to sin. And it's a decision to try to do the right thing. It's a decision to do the right thing when no one's looking.
Anything I have done in my life, I've done it, and I've done it with the expectation of having no regret, or I wouldn't have done it in the first place. I'm a man of calculation, you know what I mean? I'm a man of strategic planning and strategic movement, you know? So when I do things, I make sure I don't regret it.
It's like in fighting, like I wasn't Mike Tyson. I wasn't born Mike Tyson. I got my ass kicked. I got knocked out a lot. I had to learn the rules. I had to learn the game. I had to learn to be disciplined and never give up. Don't care if you get knocked out 100 times, never give up.
Life is a crazy roller coaster, especially this life, you know, so we've ups, we've downs, but I find I'm at my best when I set out, when I say and when I must do something and I know I must do it, and I do it, I execute it.
What's the central part of your training? Is it running? Is it sparring? Or
Central part is dodging the nightclubs and the parties and the girls. You want the truth? And being in the bed by yourself at 9 o'clock at night. If you can get by that, you'll make it.
Life is precious and it's beautiful just to wake up in the morning. Before I used to take it all for granted. I didn't care. I didn't care about nothing. I didn't care about family, friends, relatives, achievements. I didn't care about fuck all. I just didn't care. But now, after going to hell and back, I appreciate fresh air and a glass of water. Because when you've lost, you never know what you've really got until it's gone. But I've had the opportunity to be shot down and come back, you know, and you really find out who your friends are, who the people are really behind you.
If you're doing good, they got something to say. If you're doing bad, they got something to say. So do what makes you happy. Because you see this jet, you see this private jet that we own? I got it because I did what the I wanted to do. I made over $1 billion, you know why? Because I did what the fuck I wanted to do. I'm gonna always tell Tank, do what the you want to do.
People say I'm an overthinker, but I'm better to be an overthinker than an underthinker. My brain's active and it works, and I'm searching for ways to improve, and there's just something in me that knows I can get better. There's just something in me that keeps on telling myself, like, I'm getting better, I can get better, I can get better.
Your life is a book. Your life is a book. Your life got chapters. Each chapter in your life is a punctuation, whether it's a positive or a negative. And before you move on to that next chapter, you got a decision to make if I'm going to correct what I did in the chapter before. And ultimately, when you get to the end of that book, it's written by you. So how it ends, you wrote it.
The richness of your life, the happiness that you have, the fulfilled feeling that you have when you do whatever it is that you do, where you feel like you have a sense of purpose. No, that's not, can't quantify that, can't measure it, can't put it on a scale. The most important thing is satisfaction. Satisfaction in your life, community, love, friendship, happiness, a sense of purpose. Like you enjoy what you do.
Every hardship that you encounter, if you reframe it as the story that you will someday tell to yourself of the person that you've become based on the dragons you've slain and the obstacles you've overcome, then I think that makes those obstacles a unique opportunity for self-improvement. If something bad happens, my trained response isn't good, it's I will tell this story someday. And so I think if you have that frame, then everything serves you. Because if something good happens, cool. If something bad happens, it'll be a story that I will someday tell. Because it assumes that you will live through it, and it assumes that you will eventually figure it out. And so then you can't lose as long as you don't quit.
Perhaps what you should do as a man, irregardless, you should sit and wake up and say, God has given me the best possible journey on this planet. Of the 8 billion people, mine is the best. I got to see this. This bad thing happened to me. That was fantastic. This terrible thing happened. That was an interesting time. This good thing happened. This girl loves me for some reason. My life's amazing. Perhaps you should view your life as the best possible life. Perhaps that's the best way to be competitive.
Everybody thinks the biggest wins are the trophy or the money or the house or the lifestyle. That's not the biggest win, bro. The biggest win is that time where you almost quit but didn't. Because without those wins, the other wins are impossible to achieve. The real wins is when you'd rather do anything else than what it is you're supposed to do and you still do it. That's the biggest win you could ever have as a human being.
ultimately happiness comes down to choosing between the discomfort of becoming aware of our mental afflictions and the discomfort of becoming ruled by them.
I can't believe I wanted to die so often when I was younger. I said, God, I hate living. Now I get 53, I love living. I don't want to fucking die. I hate the fact that I gotta die now.
What's the motivation?
Just for me, it's to absorb my existence, you know, and realize that life is a joke. I took it too serious.
100%.
You know, not long after this, I'll die soon, and I won't exist anymore. And then I have to go to the other world. I want to see what that's like. I can't believe this energy that I have just dies and it doesn't exist. It may not live here no more, but it has to go somewhere.
100%.
If I wouldn't have gotten to MMA, 23 years old, where I would be right now, maybe in jail. I mean, I'm not sure. I'd be doing something. It'd be something, you know, whatever it would be, it'd be something big. I was always, you know, 100% into it or not into it at all. Whatever I would have got into, it would have been either really bad or really good.
Set yourself some high standards, like raise your expectations. Don't just go, I'm gonna make enough money where I'm set. Wow, really? That's a really selfish statement. I'm gonna make enough money where I'm set. But when your cup overflows because you set high standards and you achieve those high standards, and guess what? You can do more, you can be more, you can help more. And isn't that really the meaning of life, to be in service of others? It absolutely is.
Worrying is like paying a debt that you don't owe. And that's it. It's not just the discomfort of the thing that you're going to have to do. It's the 50 times that you think about that thing. Fear is an inch deep and a mile wide. So when you look at it, it looks like a huge ocean that's going to cause you to drown. But when you step in it, you realize it's really shallow and you're going to survive.
Yep. I always knew I only need one chance. I always felt I was better than everybody. I always felt all I needed was to get in there once. Just give me one shot and I'll take it home. I'll steal it every time. And then so when I got the call, I knew I wasn't hanging around. I was going to call out everyone in the division. I was going to make my way up to the top as fast as possible because I felt I was ready.
Because you might as well be dead. Seriously, if you always put limits on what you can do, physical or anything else, it'll spread over into the rest of your life. There are no limits, there are only plateaus. A man must constantly exceed his level.
You have no fucking idea how great you really are because you are using such minimal of what you have. If people can learn to focus, this is what's possible. Well, there's no hacks, bro. It's you against you. You against you. And if you misunderstand that, you have a real problem.
I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nelson Mandela said, there is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living.
The man who never fell has no glory. The man who fell and got back up, that's where his glory is. The man who fell 20 times and got up 21 times, that man has even greater glory.
Wow.
That man has more courage, way more courage than the guy who was so strong from birth that he never fell. There's no glory in that.
You said one time that one of the things you've learned is that to succeed greatly, you have to be willing to fail greatly.
Oh, 100%. No one failed more than I did. I deserved all the credit I received. Nobody's seen more than I've seen. None of these fighters, none of these athletes. I'm the king of the barbarians. There's no one that could surpass me in the pain I've endured.
That brings up, obviously, tough memories for you, that pain.
Yeah, that's probably so. But I can deal with it, I can handle it.
Seems like it's a good deal in the past?
Nah, it's never in the past.
If you want to get somewhere specific, then you better take control of the wheel. And you better drive that car where you want it to go. Grab the steering wheel and drive your life where you want it to be. Do not just let things happen. You have to be default aggressive and make things happen.
When you come out of the storm, you won't be the same person that walked into it. That's what the storm is all about. When you can't control what's happening to you, control how you respond to it. That's where your power is.
Be hard to kill. Be easy to love. Be kind with your words. Be generous with your time. Be ready to strike. Be controlled with your temper. Be open to growth. Be willing to heal. Be protective of your reputation. Be respectful of all. Be ready with a plan for violence. Masculinity is a gift from God, and it's to be shared with humanity. Never dim your light.
What would I do if I weren't afraid? And what would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? And the idea that I will never wish for fewer epic stories at the end of my life. And I've never regretted failures. I've always regretted things that I didn't try. And so just along those lines of trying to create more bias internally towards action rather than inaction, and normalizing consequences of failure as we said earlier, win or learn.
There is not a single person who has ever achieved anything that you want to achieve that has felt like it every single day. It's hard. It's frustrating. There's things that are gonna happen. You're gonna get punched in the face. You're gonna get sick. You're going to have breakups. You're going to have people let you down. You're going to have people steal from you. You're going to have friends let you down. You're going to be embarrassed. You're going to make mistakes, and everybody's going to see it and laugh at you. All of these things are going to happen. You have to build yourself into someone who can continue to execute regardless of what's happening around you. And if you can do that, it doesn't matter what's happening around you.
I've lost in kickboxing, I've lost in boxing, I've lost in life, I've lost in love, I've lost in family. Like, life is, you don't just win all the time. It's wins and losses. So you roll with the punches.
If you're aiming towards greatness, you don't get there by what other people think. It doesn't work that way.
If you take an oak tree seed and you put it in a 2-foot pot, that seed will never become the oak tree that oak trees are capable of becoming, because it's gonna get stifled by the 2-foot pot. Now check this out, ain't nothing wrong with the seed. The seed just fell prey to the environment. You are a seed from God. God made you in his light. He big, he vast. Don't you allow your environment to dictate the oak tree that you become. All of y'all got this wonderful gift, but you gotta use it. Take your seed, take your gift. Get away from these people that's in your life that ain't doing nothing.
It doesn't matter if they're laughing. It doesn't matter if they're making fun. It doesn't matter if the weather's bad. It doesn't fucking matter if you keep executing, because eventually you will find yourself in the place you set out to be.
You're one decision away from changing. You are one decision away from changing. It's a decision away. You're one decision away from changing your life.
You have to start with action. It needs to be, okay, what would have had to have happened in a week's time for me to look back on that week and find pride in myself? Maybe stop breaking promises to yourself. When you say, I'm going to wake up tomorrow at 7 a.m., and when the option comes to hit the snooze button, don't do it. There's one win that you've got for the day. That's action.
When you do anything, it adds up. When you do nothing, it amounts to zero. So take the small steps every day. Do what you're supposed to do, and don't expect some incredible results in 1 day or 2 days or 10 days. Worthwhile things take 100 days. They take 500 days. Maybe they take 5,000 days. They take time, but it's little steps that add up.
It's not what you do, it's who you are. It's not what's gonna get you there, it's what's gonna keep you there. Do what's right, not what's easy. You know what I'm saying? It's not what you do, it's who you are. Like how you operate, how you treat people, how you do things. It's not what you do, it's who you are.
And so by pushing through the tired, you actually create a gap between you and everybody else that you're competing with. And here's another thing that happens when you're tired. Because no one else ever pushes through when they're tired, and because you're someone that always pushes through when you're tired, you learn this unique skill set that allows you to operate at a high level when you're tired.
The winners that I know always feel that they're behind. The winners that I know always feel like they should have done more at the end of the day, even though they worked harder than everyone else around them. The winners that I know always feel they're behind, that they should have done more than they did that day, that they could have achieved more, they could have made more, they could have added more value. That is a mindset that you can develop. That is not some kind of innate trait that I have or other people have that you don't have. You can develop that by setting higher standards for yourself.
It's an obsessiveness that comes along with it. You want things to be as perfect as they can be, understanding that nothing is ever perfect.
If you want to give up, you can give up. This is your choice. You can do whatever you want. Your time's gonna come, but you cannot give up. A lot of people ask me, you proud of something? I'm very proud of. I never give up.
Nobody is motivated at 4 in the morning. Nobody. But some people are up anyway. You're praying for an easy way out. I don't fucking want one. Because if there is an easy way out, yeah, I'll win. But other people will win who I don't think deserve to win. Luckily, in my experience on this earth, the universe has never, I've ever seen, ever given an easy way out to anybody. So I don't believe it's fucking coming. I don't want there to be ladder. You're praying for a ladder. I don't want them. I don't want easy wins. I want to have to wake up every day and grind out and become richer than everyone else because I work harder than everyone else and I try harder than everyone else. I don't want any easy ways out. The idea of that aggravates me. I don't want to feel motivated. I want to feel tired and stressed. I want to run on pure discipline and adrenaline.
Have faith that whatever stresses that you're facing right now will lead to a greater version of you in the future. The challenge that you're facing is a gift. Leaning into the discomfort as if you invited it through the door, saying, thank you for the opportunity to learn and reflect because it's making you better.
You know, somebody might ask, like, why would you do all this stuff if you're not happy? That assumes that my goal in life is to be happy.
What is your goal in life?
To do epic shit.